What if I told you the reason you quit isn't laziness? It's motivation. That sounds crazy, right? But stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll understand why discipline quietly builds success while motivation keeps betraying you. Do you stay in bed and let your dreams sleep away? Or do you rise even when it feels hard? That is where discipline comes in. You move even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between people who talk all the time about motivation and people who actually last with legendary results. If you are watching this and feeling stuck in the motivation trap, stay. You're not lazy. You're just relying on the wrong thing. Discipline is saying no to yourself. If you want to be disciplined, then ingest yourself with the vitamin N. The vitamin N for learning to say no. If you're going to do anything great in this life, it's going to require discipline. Can anyone achieve anything great or extraordinary just by being motivated? Tell me in the comments section. There is a difference between discipline and motivation. It's in the choice. The motivation you've been chasing isn't broken. It's just not designed to last. It was never meant to carry you through. It's a feeling, not a foundation, a spark, not a system. But motivation is built for starting, not sustaining, and starting is not the same as finishing. What once excited you can start feeling unreliable. What once pushed you forward can disappear when life gets hard. That doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're relying on something that was never designed to last. Highly motivated people can be losers or failures, but disciplined people can never fail. Disciplined people make sacrifices. They push through discomfort. But motivated people may stay motivated for a day or for a week, but later they choose discomfort and conflict. You wake up in the early morning someday because you were motivated, and then you make bad choices. You cry, "How did this happen to me? I was motivated," but you failed because you are not disciplined. You are always stuck in a feeling. Your problem is staying in the comfort zone. That makes you weak. That makes you lazy and demotivated. The habits you started with excitement feel impossible to maintain. Goals you chased with hunger now sit abandoned, not because you're lazy, but because the motivation is gone. Here's the truth. Motivation only works on good days. It removes itself the moment things get difficult. When you're tired, stressed, or unmotivated, motivation won't show up, but discipline will. Picture this. It's 6:30 in the morning. The alarm goes off. Your body feels heavy. Your mind negotiates. Just 5 more minutes. No motivation, no excitement. Yet some people still get up, place their feet on the floor, and move. Not because they feel like it, because that's who they decided to be. Motivation waits for the perfect feeling. Discipline acts without permission. There are 2 types of people, the motivated one and the disciplined one. Motivated people think they are the best and they can do anything. Their mindset tells them, "I can do anything. It's the best version of myself." Disciplined people think differently. The greatest version of you is not the "I can do anything" version of you. The best version of you is the disciplined version of you. They have boundaries and the power to say no. They say, "No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go to the party. I will stay here because I'm focused and disciplined." Think of the legends: Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Usain Bolt, Roger Federer, Michael Jordan. Do you think they were motivated every single day? Do you think they always felt like doing what needed to be done? No. But they showed up anyway. They put in the work every day no matter how they felt, day after day, week after week, and year after year. That's how discipline actually begins. Not when you're ready, but when you're needed. Responsibility came first, and then discipline followed after. Discipline starts when waiting stops. At some point, the things you used to rely on stop working. The inspirational videos, the motivational quotes, the pump-up playlists that once made you feel ready. You still consume them, out of habit, but something feels off. Instead of energy, there's emptiness. Instead of momentum, there's awareness. This is you becoming honest. When you were starting out, motivation was enough, but growth changes what your nervous system asks for. You no longer want temporary excitement. You want sustainable progress. You want systems instead of constant inspiration. Structure instead of emotional highs. Discipline builds consistency. Discipline teaches you patience. Motivated people focus on the results. They are impatient about the results. But disciplined people focus on inputs. They focus on putting in effort every single day. Motivated people give up when they don't see any results. Can you control the output or results right now in this moment? No. But you can control the input, the effort, the work. Right now you can plant the seed. You cannot control which seed will grow, which tree will produce more apples. So, if you want to be the best, then be disciplined, because discipline is the true mark of a champion. Discipline works even on bad days. Motivation only works on good days. Anyone can work when they feel inspired. Growth happens when you're tired, bored, or unmotivated. That's when discipline quietly wins. The writer who writes one bad page daily beats the motivated writer who waits for inspiration. The student who studies 30 minutes daily beats the one who studies 6 hours once a week. Small, boring actions compound faster than big emotional bursts. Discipline doesn't demand perfection. It demands continuity. Miss a day? You return the next day without drama. Motivation makes failure feel personal. Discipline turns failure into feedback. Motivated people fail and feel defeated. Disciplined people fail and adjust. No emotional collapse, just evidence. You'll never always be motivated. You have to learn to be disciplined. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, you cannot control what you do. You cannot depend on motivation. When you depend only on motivation, you are gambling on your emotions. But when you depend on discipline, you are building a habit that ensures you're moving forward day after day, step by step. Becoming disciplined is not easy. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret or disappointment. Discipline requires sacrifices. It means saying no to distractions and saying no to short-term pleasures and excuses. But every time you push through, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are building a stronger version of yourself. Small, consistent actions show your brain that the new pattern is safe. You don't become disciplined and then start. You start, and discipline follows. Every small follow-through strengthens the habit loop. Action first, confidence later. That's how discipline builds momentum. Your brain doesn't want motivation, it wants efficiency. Repetition creates automatic behavior. Habits save energy. Motivation costs energy. That's why brushing your teeth feels effortless, but starting a new habit feels hard. Discipline is silence. Discipline is really boring because you're working when nobody is watching. You are facing that pain when no one is supporting you, when no one is clapping for you. But I guarantee it works. The final shift disciplined people make is this: they stop forcing themselves and start being themselves. Instead of saying, "I need motivation," they say, "I'm the kind of person who shows up." Identity outlasts emotion. Decide once. Systemize the action. Remove emotion. Repeat. That is the real power of discipline. So, the next time you don't feel like showing up, the next time you feel tired, demotivated, or overwhelmed, remember this: motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Success doesn't come to those who wait for motivation. It comes to those who act even when they're not motivated. They take that step even when they don't feel like doing it, because every small step matters, because every small act of discipline adds up. And over time, those small actions create something extraordinary, something great. Titan Man, signing off. Stay disciplined, stay unstoppable, and remember, the power to change your life is not in motivation. It's in your daily action. It's in your discipline. And if you're ready to take the next step on your journey to well-being, click right here, point to the video thumbnail to watch my video. Thank you so much for watching this video.